How are you guys doing? This is Ryan. Welcome back to the channel. If you are finding this video, you may be wondering, what is Bitcoin Cash and why is it up like over 80% this week? And if you're a Bitcoin Cash holder that's been buying throughout the bear market, congratulations to you. Pretty awesome price action movement. But a lot of people may be looking at Bitcoin Cash, seeing it soar through the rankings on CoinMarketCap. And they may have some questions about it. They may be seeing people out there saying, oh, be careful, Bitcoin Cash, it's just a scam. Someone said on Twitter, a public service announcement, it's a scam. Well, let's talk about that. Why is Bitcoin Cash up so much this week, and is it a scam? So primarily Bitcoin Cash, I believe, is up due to the news of a BlackRock ETF that will be allowing assets such as Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum. And those four coins kind of get put together a lot in a lot of kind of simple adoption. If a business starts accepting some coins, like those are four common ones to get accepted. And because they've been through the rigor, they're widely accepted, and the government does not classify, I think, any of them currently as securities. So even though Ethereum gets contention from time to time, but certainly Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash are not under that scrutiny. They are seen more as currency, not necessarily a commodity in a sense. So I think just the news of this and the massive buying of these assets that are going to be available to institutional investors have a lot of investment and excitement around it. And I think a coin like Bitcoin Cash that has not got a lot of love is getting massive buys on it because it will be easily accessible. The coin itself usually has pretty good trading liquidity, but it's been heavily shorted and heavily hated for a long time and been called a scam by a lot of people. So why would they call Bitcoin Cash, this coin that is broadly accepted, going to be offered to institutional investors, why would they call this coin a scam? So that's the kind of person I want to talk to in this video. If you're just finding or looking at Bitcoin Cash doing so well and you're wondering what it is and is it a scam? Well, Bitcoin Cash is a hard fork from Bitcoin, and what that means is that it was once the same chain, and therefore it has the same genesis block as Bitcoin, BTC. And in 2017, there was a huge disagreement that was boiling up for years that led to a fork in the road, and Bitcoin Cash went its way, and Bitcoin BTC, or called Bitcoin Core, went its other way. And essentially, Bitcoin Cash wanted to keep the transactions fast, cheap, and reliable. Where Bitcoin Core did not. They wanted to create a secondary layer to put your Bitcoins on, to move it around, and keep the base layer constricted, primarily because they said that would make the network more secure, and ignored science and things like Moore's Law by saying, the way to keep it secure was that we need to make it as cheap as humanly possible to run a node from your house, and ignoring the fact that computer hardware will become cheaper over time, and even better hardware equipment that can process heavier duty transactions will be cheaper, and also claiming that non-mining nodes are actually giving security to the network, which is not true at all. So but the path was that Bitcoin Cash wanted to just stay the same coin that it started as, peer-to-peer electronic cash, and building on-chain and not using secondary solutions. So does that sound like a scam? I'll leave that to you to decide. But even more interesting, there's been a huge contention for Bitcoin Cash now and what was Bitcoin the whole way through, because Bitcoin Cash has had other forks, and what it's proven is that it cannot be corrupted. It will be peer-to-peer electronic cash. It will not be, and what I mean by that is the Bitcoin, the Bitcoin fork was not the only one. So following that became the BSV fork. So originally you have to look at that Bitcoin came in. Sorry, hello. That Bitcoin wanted to change into this small block, hard to use currency, and Bitcoin Cash, now the big blockers, said no, we are here to be peer-to-peer electronic cash. So moving forward, so that fork occurred, and then BSV came. Craig Wright and Calvin Ayre came in and said we want to take over the protocol, and they kind of came in and tried to ambush the whole thing and be a centralized coin around one person, and claiming Craig Wright was Satoshi, and this was Satoshi's vision, to just kind of abruptly, like they came in and they've been very unsuccessful, but they've been very hostile, suing everyone that they can. And their coins, you can't get anywhere on any exchanges. That's why the price is doing like super bad. I think they're down to like $20 a coin. I'll say that they do some interesting things with going with these massive blocks, but they just spam their network, and I don't know, and it was an unnecessary fork, to be honest, and they're paying a huge price for it as they become an irrelevant coin, unfortunately. But they think that they're onto something, and I have done meetups with these people that were once Bitcoin Cash. I do feel like a lot of them eventually over time will come back to Bitcoin Cash, and but they just came in and tried to overrun the protocol, and the system's too decentralized for that. They wanted it to take over, and they were unsuccessful. So that was that fork. And I think if that fork never happened, I think Bitcoin Cash is definitely in the top 5 right now, and if not, surpassing Bitcoin, BTC. So moving on from there, you had the eCash fork. So the eCash fork was led by a gentleman named Amari Sachet, and it's ironic with Amari, he's the one that originally was the developer that created Bitcoin Cash in terms of the fork. So when it occurred, that was the parallel chain. And Amari wanted more money for developers. He wanted the developers to get paid more. And the way he wanted to do that was to tax the mining reward. So he wanted to tax the new coins coming in and going to developers to decide the future of the chain. And that is centralized. That's not the way it goes. If you want to develop things, create things of value for people, convince people voluntarily to give you the money. Here, I'm gonna change my hand. And that's the way Bitcoin Cash works. It's not if you want to come and give value to that network, you can do that. And your opportunity to get money is based on the value you bring and the investors you can find. So yeah, Amari is another sad story, but again, fighting for the peer-to-peer electronic cash vision. Bitcoin Cash stayed on vision. So all the forks are based around Bitcoin Cash because it is the real peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Every other coin is being hijacked by central players, and they don't fork. They don't fork because they're centralized. Everyone follows the same dogma. Bitcoin Cash is a very unique, special coin in that sense. And adding there, furthermore, other reasons why it is gaining value. It is widely adopted from merchants. It is now DeFi capable at the protocol level through cash tokens, through the May upgrade this year, which is huge bullish for the future of the coin. And not only DeFi coming, the halving is coming next April. I talked about the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin Cash halving happens the same month. So Bitcoin Cash will become more rare. The block reward, the miners get a pay cut in half, and that typically coincides with scarcity that leads to an increased price of Bitcoin Cash. So exciting week for big blockers, Bitcoin Cash. Overall, though, I do caution the halving is not here. Nice little pump. I see it going down 30-40% or so from here. I don't see the big fireworks happening till the end of 2024, early 2025, after the supply chain crisis through the block reward is really in full effect. So be cautious. I buy crypto every week, dollar cost average. Don't get too excited when it goes high. Don't get too down when it goes low. We're in a very amazing asset class, and we have the opportunity to change the future of. It's really a powerful asset class. You can check out other videos I have for that, but it's very exciting times. Congrats to you, Bitcoin Cash holders. Even though I said that probably goes down at something that I would trade right now, just use peer-to-peer cash in your life. That'll make your life better. Find places that accept Bitcoin Cash. Use map.bitcoin.com and support those businesses. Spend and replace your Bitcoin Cash. See you on my next one.